I was outside and Britney Spears called me. Two guys were there and a big, tall guy got out of the back seat. That car vanished.
Oh my gosh, dude. Wow. Look at the truck.
A group of secret agents whose job is to shut down any talk of paranormal encounters. Is the Men in Black just a conspiracy theory? Or is this a case of art imitating life? These are documented appearances of the real-life Men in Black. In 1947, private pilot Kenneth Arnold claimed he witnessed a number of shiny saucer-like objects flying around the same area. He estimated their speed to be at least 1,200 miles per hour. The airspeed record that year was only 807 miles per hour. His account quickly gained attention and sparked speculation about UFO sightings and extraterrestrial beings. And this was only the tip of the iceberg. That same year, Harold Dahl was on a conservation mission with his son near Washington's Maury Island when 6 unidentified round objects suddenly appeared in the sky above their boat. One of those objects exploded and fell, the metallic debris hitting Dahl's son, who survived with minor burns, as well as striking their boat. Dahl claimed newspapers-like items began to pour out of one of the donut-shaped objects. A few days later, Dahl was visited by a man in a black suit. While they sat at a local diner, Dahl explained what he had witnessed to the man. He was then told not to speak of the incident, and if he did, bad things would happen. But the news traveled fast, and soon after, 2 Air Force officers, Frank Brown and William Davidson, launched their investigation. They discovered that the material spewed from the saucer-like object was only aluminum. Despite that discovery, they still collected evidence and conducted interviews. But on their way back to base, their aircraft tragically crashed, claiming both their lives. The day after the crash saw a number of leaked phone calls alleging that the officer's plane was carrying UFO-related materials and was intentionally brought down to conceal this evidence. The leaked calls created a wave of controversy regarding what has become known as the Maury Island incident. While the government deemed it a hoax, the Maury Island incident was continued to be the origin of the Men in Black conspiracy theories. On a summer's day in 1964, firefighter and photographer Jim Templeton went on a picnic with his daughter. He then decided to snap some photos of her in her new dress, and when he got the photos developed, a third party appeared, one they weren't aware of. Baffled,
Tower Spot sat down and I said, "No, I'll take some photographs of you with the new dress on."
Templeton took the photo to a film company who authenticated it and said it hadn't been tampered with. The photos made headlines, and soon, Templeton was visited by 2 men in black who referred to each other by number 9 and number 11. They asked to be shown the spot where the photo was taken. According to Templeton, they got angry when they learned he hadn't actually seen the mysterious figure that day. He never saw the men again. In 1968, UFO researcher Jack Robinson reported that his home had been broken into and ransacked. He and his wife were also reportedly stalked and were under surveillance by the Men in Black. Their friend, Timothy Green Beckley, captured this photo across from the Robinsons' house, supposedly of a man in black. Up until then, it was the only known sighting of the MIB. In 2002, actor and television personality Dan Aykroyd was in the middle of shooting a new series titled Out There. The show's premise was to tackle UFO sightings, alien abductions, and all kinds of extraterrestrial research and encounters. During a break between filming interviews, Aykroyd stepped outside and saw a man in a black suit across the street. He looked away for a moment, and when he turned back, the man and his car were gone.
Literally, I was on the phone. Hey, sure, of course I'd like the show. Saw the Ford, went back like this, turned back like a half second later, and it was gone.
Nearly 2 hours later, Aykroyd was told by the show's producer that they were told to stop shooting and that the show was canceled. In 2008, Shane Sovar, a New York hotel manager, along with a security guard, said they saw a UFO outside the hotel. A UFO team called Aerial Phenomenon Investigations looked into the sighting, and a few weeks later, the hotel was visited by 2 men in black suits, and they were caught on the hotel's surveillance camera. The staff who encountered the men said they looked odd, with pale skin, wearing cold expressions, and spoke mostly in a robotic tone. This surveillance tape is the only known footage of the supposed Men in Black.
Sorry.